Got my base gray F-18 out this morning for a little testing. I've done some tweaking the flight controls, rechecked the CG, and it's flying at about 90 millimeters back from the leading edge, which is right at the back of this plate underneath, the mounting plate, with my roaring top 5500 right at the front edge of the battery plate. That seems to be working out real well. One of the things I did today, that was a slight change, is I went in one hole on the servo arms for the ailerons. I think Rich Baker went in two, but mine looked like they'd be dragging the foam if I went in that far. I used his advice also on the tail, although you can't see it. Under here I went in all the way to the inner hole on the elevator servo arm. It doesn't need all that throw. It's still got more than enough. You get better leverage and a smoother operation without having to go to low rates. Base gray F-18 out for test flight. Flight controls checked. I decreased the amount of aileron travel by going in one notch on the servo horn. Elevator's already all the way into the inner hole. Should smooth things out a little without decreasing movement of the servo or the fidelity. Alright. Takeoff flap set. Here we go. Gear and flaps up. Powering back. I'll do a little trimming here. It seems it needs a little nose up trim. Also made a little correction to the flaps. Get rid of some aileron trim. I think my flaps were slightly off kilter. Come around here and see if I can do a loop in the middle. About 3/4 power. Going up and over. Reverse cubing. Cruising at about half power, easing it in a little more, 75%. Coming around full speed pass. Alright, up to full power. Power off, let the nose drop. Idle power, coasting by. Power back in, about 3/4. Alright, half flaps, gear down. Full flaps, adding a little power. Make sure to clear the trees here, power back, putting a little bit in. And of all things, I hit the camera. How do you do that? Well, hopefully it's got a good view of it. Hopefully it didn't ding up the model.